Dear students, greetings. I welcome you to this video lesson on Eugene O Neil's The Dreamy Kid. First, let me introduce the author. Eugene O Neil lived from 1888 to 1953. He is an American playwright and Nobel laureate in literature. He is the one who introduced realism in American theatre. The notable awards are Nobel Prize in Literature in 1936. Interestingly, he won four Pulitzer Prizes for drama. So, actually, Pulitzer Prize is a renowned award given to so many literary productions. Some of their important works are Long Day's Journey into Night. So, it is a posthumous production. Beyond the Horizon, Anna Christie, Strange Interlude, or Wilderness, the Ice Man Comes. Besides these things, one of the important works by Eugene O Neil is the Harry Ape. So if you happen to study PG in English, definitely you will come across this work. So Eugene O Neil mostly talks about the complex relationships, especially in the society. Now let me give you something about the chosen work, The Dreamy Kid. It was first performed at the 52nd Street Theatre, that is the name of the theatre, where it was first performed in 1925. So here the language used in this work is slightly difficult because though it is written in English, originally it is not English. Its dialect is called Creole. So this has to be pronounced as Creole. See that? So it has to be pronounced as Creole. So what is Creole dialect? It is a natural language that develops from a mix of different languages. So here, what are the languages got mixed? Here, French, African American, European languages. So here, the sentences will be in English letters. As such, they are not English. So there are so many influences. So plain reading may not help you understand. At the same time, if you get deeper into that, definitely you can understand. Regarding the theme of this particular work, there are several themes: old age, racial difference, love. So these are the three prominent themes of the Dreamy Kid. What are they? Repeat: old age, racial difference, and love. As far as the setting is concerned, New York. So it takes place in America, especially New York. So now with this background, if you get into the play, definitely you can understand the play in a better way. Regarding the characters, there are only four characters. So the first character, probably we can call it as two characters are prominent out of four. Mammy Sanders, an old woman. She is in her deathbed, right? So very fragile, weak, and old lady, Mammy Sanders. Then we have the protagonist, Dreamy. So Dreamy is the grandson of Mammy Sanders, and that Dreamy is called as the Dreamy Kid. The third one, Celie Ann. Celie Ann is a middle-aged friend of Mammy. Actually, when the play opens, it is Celie Ann who takes care of Mammy Sanders. So besides these three important characters, we have one more, Irene. Irene is the girlfriend of Dreamy who enters the play in the middle and goes out before it concludes. So these are the four important characters, or not four important characters, four characters of this play. So in addition to that, one or two characters are referred to. So with these four characters, Eugene O'Neill is able to bring out a beautiful work. Actually, Dream is one of the concepts of American literature. So it is a belief. So once you get into America, so definitely it is a land of promise, this and that. But recently it is not like that. A lot of people in America, especially who are staying there without proper legal formality, are sent back. But why these people went to America and get settled there without proper passport and without proper documents? That is because of this American dream. So people believe even today, America is the land of opportunities where their level and standard of living will be high. Okay, so behind this backdrop, so let's enter into the play. Now let's analyze the play. So when the play opens, we find Mammy Sanders in her bedroom. So the only setting of the play is so bedroom. So the street name is Carmen Street, New York City. So that is the exact setting. So when we enter that room along with the characters, we can find that there is a wooden bed, a rocking chair. So we know what will be the position of a old woman or old man's room. So there will be a lot of medicines and bottles of medicines and just cloths. So bed. It is like it in one way it gives an hospital setup. So it is soon after nightfall of a day in early winter. A potential multiple choice question, I would say. So it takes place in winter. So it is almost in the evening. So from the outside, the lights will not enter. So the room is shadowy, half dark. So the one light being a pale glow. So only light is there. So this particular darkness gives a kind of gloomy atmosphere. So gloomy atmosphere room, and the characters are going to be discussing something. So here, when the play opens, so the lighting you have to imagine. So the light is from the sides. So the outline of that old lady is visible. So vague outline of Mammy Sanders. So that is there, and there is only one light, right? So in that light, so that in background the old lady is there. The other person who is available in that room is there is the old lady Celie Ann, so middle-aged lady who is taking care of Mammy Sanders. At the beginning, there is not much conversation. This particular part talks about the conversation between Mammy Sanders and Celie Ann. You are already familiar with Celie Ann. She is the middle-aged woman who is taking care of Mammy Sanders. Now, when the play opens, it is already dark and it is in the evening. So Mammy Sanders asks Celie to light the lamp. And now Mammy Sanders has only one dream. So what is that dream? So she realizes that she is going to die. Before she dies, she wants to see the grandson, that is the Dreamy Kid. So now repeatedly she does two things. So when she is awake, she asks Celian, "Have you sent for Dreamy? That is, have you sent the message to have you sent the message for Dreamy so that he can come and I meet him before I die?" The second thing, when she is asleep, during the sleep, repeatedly she is saying the name of Dreamy. So that means that old lady, Mammy Sanders, is preoccupied whether she will see him before she dies. Another interesting factor is so during the conversation, it is revealed. Mammy Sanders thinks that her grandson Dreamy is the most innocent boy in the world. So normally all grandparents think like this. So when this is going on, actually that lady Celia Ann is fumbling with matchboxes over there. So finally when she lights, so there is a knock at the door. So at that time, somebody comes inside. So both these two ladies, old lady and Cillian, expect that it should be Dreamy. For their surprise, it is not Dreamy but Irene. So the moment Irene enters, Cillian becomes very angry. You big mouth girl, why did you come? Like that she asks. And here, Irene is the girlfriend of Dreamy. Actually, Irene thought Dreamy should have come there to meet the old lady so she can also meet him. So with that objective, she came. Actually, this lady, Celie Ann, tries to send Irene immediately, stating that Dreamy is not there. And originally, Celie Ann does not believe Irene. So here she thinks that you will do some harm to this fellow. That's why she is in a urge to send, she is in a hurry to send Irene away. But at one point, Irene understands she is not a welcome guest there. So she informs Celian that if Dreamy comes here, inform him to go away immediately. Now she asks, what is the reason? Now Irene says, no, so I cannot tell thee to you. So if Dreamy comes, so the situation is not okay, please send him away immediately. That is the message passed by Irene. So without another word, without heart, Irene goes away from the house without meeting the boyfriend, that is Dreamy Kid. Now here, after some time, there is another knock. So there is a secret walking, and somebody knocks at the door, and slowly the door opens, and somebody enters. This time, the person is Dreamy Kid. So Dreamy Kid, in that evening, like a cat, he slowly enters the room. So the house of Mammy Sanders. Actually, Mammy Sanders is in sleep when he enters. Now, once he comes, Irene is also very happy. So he inquires about the condition of Mammy. So Mammy Sanders, so it is revealed by Sinian. Mammy Sanders is always talking about you and repeating your name in the dream. So now Dream is also happy that he has finally come to meet the old lady. Now, after some time, so after the initial conversation, so one thing is there. So Dreamy is always in precaution. He just even when a small noise is heard, he just looks at the door. So he's so curious to know whether somebody is entering or not. So afterwards, this lady Celia says, "I have some work. I have to go." So Celia goes away from the room, stating that, "Okay, I will come back soon." Now the two important characters, the grandmother and Dreamy, are left alone in the room. It so happens that old lady is not there. Actually, so when he says, "Okay, please wake Mammy Sanders quick," so he goes. At that time, she wakes up. Afterwards, only that lady Irene goes away. Now there is a conversation. So the next part of this play will concentrate on what are the conversations that took place between the grandmother and this dreamy kid. So now look at the language. So that's why the language is very difficult. Dreamy, you gotta make good with old mammy, no matter what come. Are you doing never get a bit of luck in you? Life no more. So now here she says that, okay, if you do not talk to me now, so it may be too late. Now Dreamy replies, Dreamy aren't giving let his old mammy die all alone by his elf, him not there with her. So himself, so he says that, okay, I have finally come. Now, Dreamy finally talks to the old lady with full confidence. So, one interesting thing is now the old lady says, "No, my dream is fulfilled. So, I was awaiting for your arrival. Now I see you. So, now I will die." So, when the old lady, so it's quite natural, old lady who are old people who are bedridden will talk like this. So, they are always aware of the situation they have to go. At that time, he says, no, no, no. So look at this is a beautiful line from this place. Shh, don't talk like this. You live there, plant the flowers on my grave. See if you do it. So what he says, no, no, you will not die. You are very healthy. You will live to keep flowers on my grave. That means you will live for many more years. Actually, this particular line can be considered as a Freudian slip. So, what is Freudian slip? So, sometimes when somebody talks to us, at that time, when a question is asked, we certain things we don't want revealed, but so unconsciously we will that is revealed. That is called Freudian slip. Freud is a psychologist, right? Here, what is the Freudian slip? So, shh, you live there, plant the flowers on my grave, see if you don't. So that means, so so the old lady dying, and that is different. So he gives the confidence you will not die, but he is aware that he may die soon because his life is in danger. Why his life is in danger? So before Celie Ann goes out, at that time he reveals that the previous day. So it so happened it is revealed later. At that time, I'll say, now you stay here, Dreamy. So this is the dialogue by Mammy Sanders. She says, "You stay here, Dreamy. You stay here by me. You stay here till the good Lord take me home. You promise me that." You do that for people, and Mammy, won't you? So now, so she asked one thing. So, dear grandson, you stay back. So, stay back until I die. You have promised me. So, it was your old promise. Probably this promise was made when he was even younger. So, now she says that, so you please see, this man, Dreamy Kid, he is a gangster. It will be revealed soon. So he comes here for the sake of the old lady. Now he is always in a hurry to go away. So at that time, some noise is heard outside. Now Celie goes. Then, as it is already mentioned. Now Mammy says, "Surely I does. I have been a good boy. Dreamy, there is one thing more and the another makes me feel like I done good in the sight of the Lord. It is that I raised you as a baby. So what she says that in the conversation she reveals, I have done one thing very good in my life. What is that? I raised you from a baby. So it is, and it at this point we understand that Dreamy Kid does not have parents. So his parents were not available. So whether they are dead or separated, we do not know. From a young age, he is raised by Mammy Sanders. That's what he says that in my entire life, so only one thing in front of God that I have done good. So what is that? It is I raised you. So that shows how much Mammy Sanders loves this Dreamy Kid, that is the small boy. Now Dreamy asks her not to speak aloud because some noise is heard. Now, Mammy, she finds fault with him. So, fellow, look at that language. I have to talk. I have to talk. She says, no, no, I will talk. I gotta talk, child. Come times when I get thinking you are in bed, what is going there, come there, me most before I knows it, like the thief in the night. So she accuses him. So always I am thinking of you, but you once in a blue moon you come in the night like a thief, and I get scared when you come in the night like this. I get scared, but when I talk with you, and I am not scared. She says that, okay, you come in the night, I am scared, but now I am not scared. Don't worry, I will talk. See, why he asked her not to speak? So because he is hunted by the police. Police may come, and but she's not worrying about that. She talks. Now noise is heard outside. So Dreamy takes the gun and he goes nearby the door. So he is expecting that police may come. Then, but it is not police, Irene. So Irene, who entered earlier, she went away. Now she comes again. Now she gives one. See, first the conversation between Irene and Dreamy is not okay. Dreamy asks, "Why did you come? So why did you follow me?" So he becomes very angry, and says that the police know that you are my girl, so if you come and they will follow you, they are looking after, they were after me, like that. Now she says that I happen to see the big Sullivan. So the other character mentioned. So look at the language. It was Big Sullivan from the central office talking. He was talking about the killing you done late night, and he tells them orders. He has heard about the old lady getting so sick. So when Irene came, she happened to overhear the conversation of the police, the big Sullivan. So he was the police officer. So he was making a reference to the murder committed by this dreamy kid. Then now the girlfriend is unsettled. She asked, fellow, what did you do that? Now he reveals that yes, the previous night he happened to kill a white man. So this is to be noted. So far, so the grandmother thinks Dreamy Kid is the most innocent person in the world. Even now, the conversation is not heard by the old lady. The conversation between Irene and Dreamy reveals that. So he is a gangster. So he is always leading a group of boys. So the previous night, so he happened to kill one white man. So here, so in America, especially in the 1930s, the racial difference is very, very high. So the most of the policemen will be white. So whenever the black men commit some mistakes, they will face lot of difficulties. Now Dreamy Kid, already he is a gangster. So because he is talking for the rights of the black people. So now he happened to kill one white man. So Dreamy says that okay, he was the one who was coming for fight. So it so happened in order to protect me and friend, and I have to fire at him. So now it is kill. So naturally, the police are after Dreamy Kid. So the police got the information his grandmother is dying. So definitely he will come there to meet the grandmother. So at that time they can catch him. So Irene informs her Dreamy. So this is the worst situation. Immediately you please go away. Now, Mami says that who is there? She is already there. So both Irene and Dreamy are talking in low voice. So she asks, who is that? Now he replies that no, it is the friend of Celine. So she is looking for Celine, like that. Now he says, Dreamy tells Irene, so this is not the right time. You please go away. Now she refuses. Then whatever happens, I will be with you. Now immediately Dreamy opens the door and pushes Irene away and closes the door. So she cries and goes. Why should Dreamy pushes Irene away from that? Because he is aware that so police are there. So definitely, if the police comes, she also will be in trouble. So even at this adverse situation, Dreamy Kid wants to protect the life of his girlfriend Irene. Literally, he beats her and pushes her away in the hallway. Now, Mami Sanders starts speaking. So, in a very weak tone, she says, "I feels like the end comes. Oh Lord, Lord, does you know I give you that name when you were there, a baby lying in my arms." So now all people will have a reason for their name, their parents' name. So now Mammy Sanders says, "Dreamy Kid, I gave you that name for you when you were kid in my arms." Then he puts the lamp on. So now Dreamy Kid is doing some work for the old lady. He puts the lamp on the floor to the rear of the door and turning it low. So then he carries the chest of drawers. Just imagine what happens. It is a one room apartment only. So what happens? The door at any moment the police may come. So imagine the door is there. So behind the door, he keeps the wooden cupboard, that is wood of chest of drawers. Then he keeps the light there, so turning low so that light will not go out. Then one in one hand he takes the revolver. It so happens that So here one hand is held by the old lady, and the other hand he keeps the revolver. So it is the very tricky and pathetic situation of Dreamy. Now he says that they see here at that time the old lady tries to talk something. Now this is one of the most important dialogues of the play. Now Dreamy says after taking the revolver, imagine in one hand revolver, the other hand with the old lady. Now he talks to himself. They don't get the Dreamy alive, not for the chair. So what he says, so the police have come, so definitely they will arrest me, but they cannot arrest me alive. I will die fighting. That is the decision of Dreamy, because when he is arrested, so he will undergo lot of tortures. So he doesn't want that. So he says that they don't get the Dreamy alive, not for the chair means here it is the police court and other things. So now he asks the old lady, shh, like that. So he tries to calm her down. Now, Mami continues to speak. He was always looking and thinking there yourself. I'm always thinking of you, dreamy, 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 like that. So she's almost dying. Now, Mami further says, so she speaks with difficulty. Then you kneel down, child, say a prayer, oh Lord. So the final wish of Mammy Sanders is you just lay down, so kneel down, and you pray to God for me. I'm going to die, you please pray. So now he gets down on his knees, and in one hand he takes the revolver and starts praying. Mummy asks for his hand and requests him to pray. Dreamy gives her his left hand, the revolver in the right, probably a potential MCQ. So he gives her a left hand and revolver in the right. Dreamy gets on the to the knee. There is a sound from the hallway. Now, so it is like an apartment, and in the hallway there is a noise. Then suddenly silence. Actually, if relatives come, what will happen? From the distance, the noise will hear. Then it will come closer to the door. They will knock at the door, or they will open the door and come. But here, the noise comes. Suddenly, it stops. So the noise increases. Suddenly, it stops. Naturally, the policemen will quickly walk like this. Now, Dreamy starts, so he is afraid, and he half aims his gun in the direction of the door. So imagine the door is closed, locked from inside, and below that, behind that, the chest of drawers are kept so that immediately somebody cannot come. Now, Mammy's final words: I am dying, child. You pray for me out loud so I can hear, oh Lord. So Mami Sanders says that, child, you just pray aloud so that I can hear and die. Now, Dreamy. They don't get the Dreamy, not while he is alive. Now, Mami, that's right, you pray. So now he prays. Now, Mami is happy. Dreamy prays for her, and with that, her speech ends. So we understand Mammy dies there. So there is another slight sound of the movement from the sea. So now it is understood the door is broken and people enter, and with that it stops. The play ends. So what happens? Who dies, or who are the people die? From the conversation, we understand Mammy Sanders dies at the end. So it is a natural death. So whether her last wish is fulfilled or not, yes. So her last wish was she wanted to die in the arms of Dreamy Kid, the grandson. So that takes place. But unfortunately, whether this fellow, Dreamy Kid, goes out safe, that is not sure. Before that, the play ends. Now, let me give you some discussion questions. So, first, language and style. So, the language is very difficult. It is not English as such. It is Creole. So, combination of many European, American, and African languages. So, since they are using the dialect, so the words are different, pronunciation is different, so it gives the difficulty. So language and style is, but you can understand one more thing. So whenever the stage direction is given within bracket, that is in plain English, so that we can understand. But the dialogues spoken by the characters, they are not clear, because they talk about they are using the Creole dialect. Then another interesting question comes: who is the kid in the play? There are two kids in one way. You can argue in either way. One kid is the character Dreamy Kid, because his name itself is that character. Then the another child, according to Shakespeare, old age is the second childhood. So that Mammy Sanders, the old lady, is the another kid or child. So here we understand another thing. So when the old people, so they become the second child, and they will be very adamant. So here they will be repeatedly saying one thing. So what happens to that old lady? She always says, I have to meet Dreamy, send for him. Then she repeatedly says that my grandson is the best person in the world, this and that. So she behaves in such a way that she is the child. So here we have two kids. There may be another question: justify the title. For justify the title also, the same answer you can give. So there are two kids in this play. So one is Dreamy Kid, so who is originally a gangster, but his name is a child, but he is a child to the grandmother. So another person, there is this lady Mammy Sanders, who is in her 90s, who is going to die. She has come to the second childhood. She always talks about one thing, that is she wants to meet the grandson, and she is repeatedly saying his name, mentioning his name during the sleep. Then who are the other characters available in the play? You can write as a brief note on that. Mammy Sanders, there's Dreamy Kid, the protagonist. Then Celian. So in the middle age, she's taking care of that old lady well. So when Dreamy Kid comes, and she goes out taking a break. She says that, okay, entire night I was awake taking care of the child. That is old lady. Now I want a break. So she promises that I will come back. So finally, Irene. So Irene can be understood that she is the one who is very anxious. So she is the one who knows that Dreamy is in danger. First, she runs, then informs the family there is that old lady and Celian, but she is not a welcome guest there. Then she goes away. After some time, she comes and meets Dreamy Kid and informs that you are in danger, go away. But unfortunately, she is snubbed by Dreamy. So it is that is the good thing. Another thing, so the nature of Dreamy, though he's a murderer, so he is sought by the police. He is a child at heart, because to fulfill his old promise, to fulfill the promise of expectation of the old lady, he comes taking risk of his life. That shows the innocent heart of that man. So his political life, outside life, is different from his personal life. Dreamy Kid takes risk to meet the old lady. So here also we can justify that he is very innocent at heart. So like a child, he meets the grandmother taking the risk of dying. Actually, finally, whether he is dead or arrested, so we are not sure. The play ends abruptly, and it has the open ending. It is up to the readers to imagine. You can argue either way. So you can say that the police enters and they shoot and then arrest him. So after he is killed. Otherwise, you can say when the police comes, so already he has kept the chest of drawers in the nearby the door. So when they enter, he has the place to hide. So with his gun, he kills the police and escapes. So with that imagination, you can write the answer in your own. So these kind of open ending plays give lot of room for further discussion. It is up to the individuals, you can decide. Dear students, so far we have seen an interesting play by Eugene O Neil, that is the Dreamy Kid, so with four characters. I hope you enjoyed the play and understood it. Thank you. All the best for your examination.